that culture, I mean, that is obviously key
Mm-hmm.
to this company, a key to this company. And everybody pulling on the same end of the rope.
Right.
I mean, and that's an art form in and of itself. How do you do that?
Well, I can't take credit for that. I've obviously been here a little over 3 years now. I think my predecessors did a really good job of instilling those core beliefs into our team. We've just carried on that tradition, and it's been something that, again, is just part of our culture here. And I've done all I can to make sure we continue to operate in that manner.
So to continually communicate that, I mean, that's something that you just don't say once and then it happens. It's
You just
something
live
that
it.
has to be confirmed and reconfirmed
Right.
and reconfirmed. How do you do that?
You live it. I mean, you just have to, in every conversation and every action, they have to see it and then realize that it's not just. Again, it's corny, but you have to walk the walk and not just talk about it.
Realizing that you and everybody else at the manager level is doing the same
Whatever,
thing.
yeah, we'll do whatever it takes as well, right?
Well, I mean, it's discussed a lot. A lot of people talk about it, but it's not done. It seems to me all that frequent.
Yeah, and let me go back. I don't want to not mention the fact too that that it wouldn't be possible if throughout all those years we didn't have a tremendous supply relationship that we have with FAR. I mean, yeah, we've actually been a part of their organization now technically since April, but they've been our sole yarn supplier since the company first started. So again, you don't service that business in a vacuum. It was all because of the tremendous support we were getting from them all those years as well.
Retailers like to do business with you. You're not one of the big three, although I'm not sure that's appropriate anymore, but you're not one of them. They like to do business with an alternative, and that hinges on not only your culture, but the products that you choose,
Mm-hmm.
and specific products that you choose. Talk about that and that part of the sales floor that you want to be a part of.
Well, as I mentioned, we have our product mix. I don't want to pigeonhole us too much. I mean, our product mix does cover everything from commodity to the upper end price points. I think, and again, we have piece dyed and solution dyed products, but I think retailers have come to rely on us as being the manufacturer that can bring them, again, within the solution dyed category, the best and the most cutting edge design when it comes to solution dyed products. And the reason that is important is because we spend a lot of time, again, not just resting on our laurels. We're constantly trying to figure out what we need to be doing next to improve on what we did last year. So whether it's within the PepperTech category or the solution dyed polyester category, you'll constantly see us do things. For example, this year we introduced our Color Sense technology to the market, which is a proprietary technology that gives us the ability to have precise color placement of those solution dyed ends. It gives the customer just a beautiful, subtle palette of multicolor that doesn't scream multicolor. It's very subtle. It allows her to be able to pull out accents within her home and decorate with those, much like you'd see with a stone or a hard surface. So as far as your original question, when you look at the retailer's floor, we really have designed our product offering at that level around two different fixtures. We've got a PepperTech nylon fixture, which is really the go-to display. If a customer comes in, they've seen PepperTech on TV, they want a product, the retail sales associate can take them to this fixture. They can find solids, tonals, near solids, multis, and patterns on that. And then we've got another fixture, which is a polyester focused display. Again, nuts to bolts. The customers looking for polyester, retail sales associate can take them to that and have confidence that they'll find a product to suit their needs there.
So then retailers, aside from the customer service and getting product when they want it, it's the product itself that's one of the big draws.
Yeah, I mean, we have a reputation, and I'll say this with confidence, no one does solution dyed color better than we do. No one has a better selection of multicolor or color palette in general when it comes to solution dyed, and no one does a better job putting those colors together than we do.
And this is due in part, a great part, I guess, to the relationship with Fargo.
It is. I mean, FAR gives us tremendous flexibility in terms of the way their manufacturing operation is set up, and the way ours is really, again, I keep referencing this. We're geared to manage complexity in an efficient manner, which gives us the ability to create a lot of diversification in our product offering.
Interesting. The concept of FAR. I mean, 13 years ago, you said this organization was formed. 13 years ago wasn't a great time, really, to get into the business.
No.
In this, I mean, I can remember back when there were hundreds of mills.
Right.
Doing that, coming into the business and initiating a concept like that, pretty interesting in this kind of environment.
Mm-hmm. It was. Again, I think back then there was a window of opportunity that Looptex and Phenix was able to take advantage of, in that there was a real growth opportunity in that solution dyed polyester arena. It was a time in which the segment was actually beginning to grow and take over market share from nylon. And like a lot of competitors, Phenix was one of the first companies to focus on that category. At the time, a lot of the emphasis was on the commodity end of the market, and Phenix was a company that also focused a lot of their efforts on that commodity end of the market. But I think since then, we've actually have decided, at least for us, it was better to focus our efforts more on the middle to upper end segments of the market now, which is what we've done, which has served us well.
Where does Phenix fit most likely on a retailer's sales floor?
I'd say, again, in the mid to, based on those fixtures I described earlier, in the mid to upper end retail.
It just seems to me that for a new product to come in to a retailer, something's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I know in carpet, they probably had more carpet in a showroom historically, at least it's my observation, and probably was wise anyway. But isn't that the case? You displace somebody in almost every retailer that you're in now?
Yeah, typically that has to happen.
I mean, there must be strong product, strong salespeople. How do you do that?
I think for all those reasons. I mean, again, I think it begins with having the right relationship at that local retail level, and I think you've got to have really good product and a good value story.
Oh, gotcha.
And it doesn't hurt to have a good reputation. I mean, I'm sure it was a lot more difficult in those early days, getting that product placement and getting that business going. We have the luxury now of being able to go in, and we do have a really good reputation. And so we have a easier opportunity to go in and get that audience now.
Now talk about your dealer network, your independent dealer network. You said you're in the throes of expanding that?
We are, and like I said earlier, I think ultimately we're not looking to, again, we're in those major metropolitan markets. We're aligned with the major retailers in those markets. We're not looking to come in and open up every store in town. I think our opportunity lies, again, in those secondary markets that we've not penetrated yet. We still have a what I consider a very tight sales force with a lot of room for expansion, and I think it's something we'll have to continue to look at.
So you more or less handpick the people whose doors you knock upon, I guess.
Yeah, typically.
Then obviously you see expansion in the number of retail customers you're gonna have 3 or 4 years down the road. There's gonna be
Yes.
a lot more than there are now.
Yes, I mean that's been our platform for the past several years, and we'll continue to do that.
You.